What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today is about selling your silver, as this is one of the most important topics, since the reason we buy the silver is to one day sell it for a profit. So if we are not keeping that in mind and not preparing ourselves for our selling dates, then we can be at risk of a huge loss, and it really doesn't make sense for us to be stacking in the first place if we are not putting any effort or motives or mind state into how we're going to sell. So I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions. You don't have to answer them to me. You could just answer them in your head, and this might just get the ball rolling and getting you guys to think about your stack, if it's profitable, what you're going to do in the future. I really think that if you're just in the dark and are just going to wait until it happens, that can be very dangerous, because I'll give you one example. When I went into my coin shop a couple weeks ago, I found out that he does not buy poured bars and that he prefers eagles. So now I am veering more of my stack towards eagles. I still do collect all my world coins and all that, but I need to have a large percentage of my stack just American eagles. So if I ever need an emergency fund, or if one day in the future I need to sell, I know that I can quickly take some eagles and I can get rid of them and get that money right away. So just a thought. So here we go. I'm gonna start asking you guys these questions. You can leave a comment below on some of your thoughts, what it made you realize, or any of your strategies for selling. So when it's time to sell, what is your exit plan? What's the lowest percentage increase you're willing to take until you drop the ball and sell? Are you going to sell online or find somewhere in person to exchange with? Are you willing to sell to a private buyer, or will it have to be a business? What's the time frame you're willing on holding your assets? Will you slowly sell off your stack or all at once? I guess these options depend on several variables, as if it was a SHTF situation compared to getting ready to retire, etc. Let's have a discussion about the different perspectives and options we can take when it's time to finally cash in. Are you a quick flipper or a stacker? Do you look at your coins for the numismatic value or simply for the weight? Do you have the patience and are willing to take the risk, especially paying high premiums? When you're ready to sell, is this a rational decision, or is this an impulse sell? Do you think that this is the right time to sell, or are you able to check your motives and look at yourself honestly enough to realize that you might want to wait and there could possibly be a better time in the future? And do you have the patience to wait? Can you trust this buyer, especially if you're with a private seller or you are in a situation where you're doing a trade-off? If you guys are going to make an exchange, or someone wants to buy some silver off you, can you trust them? Did you just find this random person on Craigslist or wherever? Is it a family friend? How long have you known this person? Will you meet in a populated place? Do you have protection just in case he tries to rob you? And do you think that it will be worth the risk to risk yourself getting robbed to sell some silver? And can you afford to sell right now? Do you have enough backup that if you needed to sell a tube, 20 coins, would you be able to sell that tube and still have enough silver to satisfy or keep yourself protected and still have some type of wealth? Or will that be all of your savings and now you're screwed and you need to find a new means to have backup plan? these are just some questions that I've asked myself, and I just wanted to share with you guys. We can keep going on. Like, do you have junk silver? What's the percentage of junk to BU to numismatic value that you have in your stack? And are you leaning more towards just stacking for weight with the rounds, or do you want to stack bars, and what size bars? Because remember, if we get into higher weight bars, if the price of silver does go up, like a lot of people are saying, who's going to be able to afford a kilo bar if silver is at 100 plus an ounce? Who's going to be able to buy that? Not your everyday person off the street. So maybe it would be safer to just buy 5-ounce bars and lower, because anything above that, if silver really does go up in price, it's going to be really, really hard to find a buyer who's willing to pay that much. Kind of like gold. You know, you really never see gold above a 1-ounce variable, simply because anything more than that is just ridiculously expensive, and it's hard to find people to buy. So if you can already look at the situation by looking at what gold does, you don't see people buying 50-ounce gold bars, or, you know, a kilogram gold. You know, those are very rare and very hard to find, and they're very hard to sell. So you have to think rational about what silver is going to do in the future, because right now, yes, it's cool to have a big chunky bar, and I guess you can save some money, but you got to remember about in the future when you're selling, is that a chance? Is that a risk you're willing to take? You know, are you willing to chance that? So just some questions I wanted to ask you guys. This is a very important topic to me, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I don't plan to sell for several years, but you never know. And with this economy, you know, I might have to sell next week, especially with what's going on today as we speak, January 20th. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below on your thoughts about this. Anything that it sparked in your perception with your stack, or anything you want to add in. So I'll see you guys again for the next video. Peace.